Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I do hope you're well. I want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Capricorn out there, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies may reverse. So if it's resonating, Capricorn, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Capricorn? Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, you are starting out with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. You have the Ten of Swords. And you have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this is tough energy. I'm not going to lie. There's been a very painful ending here. And I feel like, it was caused because of some kind of a deception. It's like something was getting off the ground. There was something new. It looked wonderful. It looked like it was all go. And then only to find out that there was deception involved in some way. And so it did cause a deep sense of loss for you. Somebody, it looks like, was not faithful. So let's look at who is in your energy. There's definitely a sense of betrayal. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. All right, so the person in your energy has the Seven of Pentacles. The Fool in reverse. And coming out together is the Five of Wands reversed along with the Two of Swords. So, yeah, this person that's in your energy is playing the long game. They're trying to be very patient. They are hoping for a new beginning. They're fearful, though, that it may not happen because there's an awareness that all these problems, all this conflict has to be resolved. And so they're kind of going back and forth about how to do that. How to extinguish the conflict that has been here, how to create change. They're resistant to changing here. This person is rather indecisive anyway, but they're playing the long game because they feel invested in the connection. So let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. Six of Swords in the reverse. Stuck energy, unable to move away from the chaos that's here. They're kind of trying to wait you out, Capricorn, and you're like, yeah, there was a lot of chaos because there was a sense of somebody being disloyal, not faithful, betrayal. And so you're saying, I'm not over that. I'm not going to just get past that. And so this person is kind of like, well, if I wait long enough, then we can kind of take this to a better place. There's a lot of imbalance that's here right now. Show me what's affecting the connection. Show me what's affecting the connection between Capricorn and this person. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Nobody's expressing any feelings or emotions. You, because you feel betrayed, and this person out of fear. I mean, they know that they did wrong, and so basically there are still a lot of emotions that are here, but nobody's talking, nobody's expressing them. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. You might be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarian energy here. All right, so your outcome is the Queen of Wands, and that is action. That is action that is going to be taken, but it might not be made with the most loving, it might not be the most loving action. So we'll clarify that as well. I will tell you that this person that's in your energy does want to resolve the conflict, but you keep looking at this person with eyes of distrust because you felt like this person was unique, that they were somebody special to you. And at this point, you don't trust them. You feel like they took something that was beautiful and they made it distrustful. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. This person could live at a distance from you, but they don't have to. This is basically indicating that there is going to be discussions. There's going to be talk, and it's back and forth. The idea of this is to create conversation aimed at sudden change. So let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the King of Pentacles in the reverse? The Emperor reversed and the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, so Capricorn, you feel like this situation spun out of control because, somebody wasn't faithful in the situation. You also feel disrespected by this person. You feel like somebody prioritized another person or something else over this connection, and you can't get past it. That's what ended the connection. But it also created a sense of things spinning out of control, and you're basically saying, you know what, I didn't end this. I didn't make these choices. I wasn't unfaithful, so therefore I'm not going to be the one to take control of this. So why is the Ten of Swords here? Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. There's the Fool in reverse. Now that's in their energy. We have the Seven of Pentacles. That's also in their energy. And then we have the Eight of Cups reversed. Yeah, so you're basically saying, I didn't end this. You betrayed me. You went over here and you invested in things that was contrary to this relationship. You weren't faithful. You weren't loyal. So if anybody's going to take the action to make a return, it's going to be you. It's not going to be me. I didn't create the situation, and I've incurred losses here. But you know what? I'm patient, and I know I can rebuild myself. I can heal myself. And at some point, I'll invest in another connection myself. But what I'm not going to do is fix the problem for you. Yeah, and I don't blame you. Let me see the Seven of Swords. Show me the Seven of Swords. Page of Cups, the Magician in the reverse, and the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is also in their energy. So there's a lot of repeating energy. So there's a very strong energetic ties here. It did not manifest correctly because of the deception that was involved. And basically what you're telling me is that this person chose to be with somebody new. They chose to bring another person into this connection. That's why it didn't manifest correctly. They were indecisive between you and somebody new. They were deceptive in all of this. They were manipulative. And even though you have feelings, you have love for this person, you're also not comfortable with the decisions that they've made. And so I also feel that you may have met somebody new as well. So you may, at the end of the day, have a choice between this person and somebody new. So let's look at their energy. Show me the Seven of Pentacles. You both have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like, you're both kind of standing back, waiting to see what the other person is going to do. But I don't see you budging, Capricorn. Show me the Seven of Pentacles for the person in Capricorn's energy. All right, Six of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah, they're going to reach out. They tried to move forward with somebody else. That's where this energy of you saying they weren't faithful. They tried to move forward with someone else. They walked away from the connection. Now they want to bring peace back to the connection, but they can't. They can't do it. Six of Swords reversed. So they're going to try to, what they want to do is have a new beginning with you. Start talking again. Maybe have that passion flare. They want to bring it to a more peaceful place because they do feel invested in the connection, but you're not budging. You're not budging. Let me see the Fool in reverse. Show me the Fool in reverse. If they move towards somebody new, they may still be talking to that person too. Page of Swords reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so they have no clue whether or not there can be a new beginning in this connection. They have no clue. They don't know what to do in order to bring stability to the situation, in order to have this new beginning. They have no idea what to do right now. I do feel like they want to talk to you, but I feel like they, there's a lot that they're not saying. So if you do hear from them, it's going to be something flirtatious versus something of substance. And I don't think you're going to like it. Let me see the bottom energy for the person in Capricorn's energy. Leo energy here. Show me the bottom energy. Ace of Wands, the Sun, Seven of Cups reversed. Wow, they had a lot of energy come out. The High Priestess and the Knight of Swords. So what you argued about was secrets and lies. Secrets and lies that got put out on Front Street, and it's something of a sexual nature. This person was creating confusion and trying to, they were keeping secrets. They were lying to you. They were creating confusion deliberately. And when it got put out on Front Street, that's when the clarity came. Now that this person feels like they're out of options. They're out of options. I do feel like this is somebody who wants to resolve the problems between the two of you. They may be trying to figure out how to go about doing that, how to go about bringing in this new beginning, because they have no clue how to do it. Yeah, they have no clue. This person has been caught. They've been caught. So they still have secrets, by the way. So let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. Scorpio energy is here. Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Woo, Capricorn, you've dug in your heels. So you do have feelings for this person. However, you're not budging. You're not moving forward. You're basically saying, oh no, you chose someone over me. You were not faithful to this connection. You caused a lot of pain. I'm not moving forward with you. I'm now far choosier who I invest my feelings and emotions into. They're going to approach you, though. They definitely are. Their goal is to open the door. So it could be like a flirtatious text or, but what they are wanting to do is then to move quickly towards having this conversation, which is why we see this Eight of Wands. They want to have a conversation about, moving things to a better place, about, their feelings for you. And it does look like they legitimately do love you. They have feelings, but they also have some difficult emotions and difficult behaviors. Let me see the Queen of Cups in the reverse. I don't see you budging. I see you basically saying, I'm not over what happened here. Even though I had feelings, I'll keep those feelings to myself. Look at that. Queen of Wands reversed. Six of Cups. Here they come approaching you. They may bring flowers or they may bring you some sort of a gift. But you're not doing anything with it. You're not going to express your feelings and emotions with this person. You know exactly why they're coming towards you. You know exactly why, but you also have not forgotten the betrayal. And I feel like you're not going to do anything towards them. You've kind of lost the feelings that you had. And if you haven't lost them, you've definitely buried them. I also feel like you you have lost the passion that you had for this person. Their actions and then their subsequent lack of action towards you caused you to kind of change how you perceive them. Let me look at your outcome. Because here you have the Queen of Wands reversed. Here it's in the upright. So let's see. Show me the outcome for Capricorn and this person. Show me the outcome for Capricorn and this person. Five of Pentacles. Nine of Wands reversed. And the World in reverse. So you're going to have a choice about how you want to handle this, basically, Capricorn. Do you resolve it? Do you work through it? Or do you give up on this person? And it's going to be your choice about how to handle this and what to do. Your first initial reaction is to do nothing, to offer no expression of, feelings whatsoever, to do nothing towards them. It's like you kind of knew that eventually this person was going to make their way back towards you. At the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. Do you leave them out in the cold like they did to you? Because they definitely did that. And you'll also have a choice between this person and somebody new. So it's really going to be your decision as to what it is that you want to do. In their energy, I can tell you right now that there is a cycle that is incomplete, and that cycle is attached to lies, secrets. Yeah, lies and secrets. So they're still not on the up and up. So I don't blame you. And I know you don't trust this person. They know you don't trust them as well. They know that you're not past what took place. I definitely know that they feel like it is your choice. They're very clear about that. But they're going to come in wanting to get things started with you again. I feel like most of you are ultimately going to leave this person out in the cold. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the Tower in the reverse. That's underlying energy. It tells me that you are going to relate to this person had you had to rebuild yourself, how they caused a Tower moment in your life, and that you do not wish to go through another Tower moment. So I definitely feel like it'll be gratifying on some level because, you kind of knew that this person would return at some point. But on the other hand, I think you've done a lot of growth. And I feel like some of you have somebody new that you're interested in or talking to. And if not, you're manifesting somebody and they haven't quite come in yet. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like you're interested in moving backwards. Of course, it's always your decision, Capricorn. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card. We'll see if there's any advice for you. Pulling for Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, you have number 48, and it's called Wishing Well. Now, it came out in the reverse, and so in this deck, we do take reversals. So I'm going to read that in the reverse. Give me one moment. All right, so in the reverse, it says, this is not the time to force anything to happen in your life, especially whatever seems to be eluding you. You can't demand that the universe provides you with what you want. Unmet desires can burst into a destructive fire of obsession. Step back, breathe, take your attention away from what you want. Ask instead for what you need. Only the unseen knows how to align desire, inspiration, and its manifest form. As a coin disappears into the mystery of the dark pool at the bottom of the well, have faith. Don't engage in wishful thinking. You must co-create with spirit, not make demands. You may yet get what you want. Never forget that life is filled with choices. Make a wish, but be open to the enchanted way in which spirit fulfills your desire. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Capricorn, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Capricorn, know that you are loved, and namaste.